Afternoon. So I'm just going live today. I want to do a couple of projects, so I thought I'd jump on and go live. But I wanted to jump on a little early so that I can give you guys a chance to jump on and join me. So let me check on my iPad and make sure I'm live. And when you jump on, make sure you say hi. If it says live up above my head, you're watching me live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay, and you can comment #replay. So just give me a minute. Want to check and make sure I'm live and share it to a few places. It would be great if you guys could share it too. Do, 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 do. So how's everyone today? I hope you're doing well. And you should be able to see a link to my link tree, which has all my links that you would need to shop the look of the projects that I'm going to be doing today. Join my VIP group, join our Club Couture, which is Happy Mail every month. It's a great subscription, gets sent right to your mailbox. It's an exclusive transfer that only designers and club members can get every month, and you also get a few paste singles. Absolutely gorgeous. I can, share the one that I did recently and show you that so you can get an idea of what it is. So anyway, today what I'm going to be doing, once I get this shared, is going to be, I'm going to do a couple of Christmas. I'm going to do a couple of Christmas projects today. Oops, I did not mean to close Facebook. I'm a goof sometimes. All right, there we go. It looks like somebody may be watching with us, so make sure you say hi. So again, I love this little container that I got from Tupperware a while ago. I have lots of different things in here for my chalking. I have color trays. I do have some little transfers that I've not used yet that go with our house cutouts. I also have my little square reader in there. Some paste singles. These are what the paste singles look like. You actually get several uses out of them, a lot more than just one or two. Mini squeegees. This is actually a small squeegee, even though it doesn't really look very small. So this is a great little container for that. So I'm going to add back some of the products that I grabbed out of the sink in the bathroom today for when I washed them and used them the last time. Okay. So let me show you the transfers that I'm going to be using today. Sorry, as always, a little disorganized today. Okay, so this is our fuzzing cloth. If you've watched my lives before, you should be kind of familiar with that. So today, what we're going to be doing is the Rudolph and Company transfers. Okay. And in my link tree that you can see, it does show, give you a link to a cart that has all the products you would need to make this, and the products I'll be using today. I think the only one in there in the cart that I do not have would be the pesto colored paste. So I will probably use a different color today than that. So I'm just cutting them apart. There are two separate projects that you can get out of this. Okay, so I'm going to do the Rudolph and Company one first. I think this is absolutely adorable. So I'm going to back up the laptop so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so we're just going to, I'm going to label this first. I knew I had my Sharpie out. So what I do is I just label the back of the backing paper. And I'm just going to label it R and C and put an arrow up. Okay. So that way I know which backer paper this transfer will go on when I'm done with it after I clean it, because they are reusable. You can reuse them several times. So with the fuzzing cloth, you want to use the side that has the tag on it, and you're just going to add some fuzz to the project, to the transfer, so that it doesn't stick too much to our surface, which I will show you shortly so you can see what we're doing it on. So just, smooth it out. Okay, and you can see through the transfer. Okay, and so the teal section of the transfer is what is sticky, and so you want to get some of that fuzz stuck to your transfer. I'm just going to do it a couple of times. Normally I would also wax the surface, but because it is a Couture surface, it does not necessarily need to be waxed. Waxing, again, is something you want to do so it doesn't stick too much. Okay, so let's set that there for first little bit. And this is the surface I'm going to be using. Okay. I do forget the exact size. If you'll give me a second, I will get you that information. It is one of our double-sided box frames. And I'm not sure where my phone went. Convenience of having an Apple Watch right behind me. So this is one of our double-sided box frames. Like I said, give me a moment and I will get the size. Sorry, I really do mean to be much more organized than this. Maybe one day. So it is the 6x18 double-sided box frame. So today I am going to use the white side. Okay. If you flip it over, it's like natural wood. And it's got a pretty good heft to it. It's actually pretty heavy, so, which is really nice. It's going to be really sturdy. So let me get out the other items that I'm going to need to do this project. Okay, so this is a color case that you can get from Couture. I love it. It holds 18 pastes and or inks. I do have some that do not quite fit in here because I have more than 18. So let's see. We are going to use, I think I do have pesto. Actually, I may have been mistaken. It's sage, but you know what? That's also pretty green, so I think I will use that. Actually, that will be for the Mrs. Claus cookies. So for this one, I want to use camel and candy apple red. Okay. So there's camel and candy apple red. And we're going to use these. Those are 3-ounce jars. You do get a lot of uses out of them. While I'm in here, let me see if there were any other colors that I want to use. No, I think we'll stick with those. Okay. So like I said, I fuzzed the transfer. I'm going to peel it off and I'm going to place it on our surface. We'll put the fuzzing cloth to the side. And we're just going to get that right in there and centered. And because it's going to go right to the edge, the transfer is anyway, I am probably going to need my detail tool to just use, to try and lift up the edge a little bit to get under there. Now, detail tool, really amazing. It's got a small squeegee on one end and a little pokey tool on the other end. So I'm just going to, because I didn't get it quite where I wanted it, I'm just going to lift it up and try again. Like I said, you can put it down and pick it up and put it back down again several times. I just want to get it as centered as possible. So I do really want to add this to my home decor. I want to add this on the wall behind me. So hopefully with the next live I do, you'll be able to see that back there. Okay. So when you look at your transfer on your surface, okay, you are able to see the surface through your transfer. The white areas is where your paste or ink, depending on what you're using, will go through. So it's a silk screen. So there's tiny little holes. Okay. So I'm going to use the camel first. I'm going to do the antlers and camel. And then I think I'm going to also do the fine reindeer treats in camel, though I may do it in sage because I actually really like this green and forgot that I had it. So I'm going to get out one of our little mini squeegees because it is a smaller area. For the Rudolph and Company, I may use a larger squeegee. Okay. So if you're joining me, make sure you jump on and say hi so that I know you're here. So I don't know how well you can see that color. I really like this color. I think it's a really cool brown. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the squeegee. I just put my thumb on the logo on it. We're just going to press. Oh, and I did forget to mention, when you do put your transfer on the surface, whatever surface you're using, you want to make sure and smooth out any air bubbles, because if there's air bubbles under the silk screen section, the paste can bleed through. You don't want to do that. So what I did was I did scrape off some of the excess. And because this may take me a little while to do this one, I'm going to actually scrape off all of the excess. And I'm going to peel it up a little bit to release the paste from the silk screen. So that way if it dries, if it starts drying, because it does dry pretty fast, it doesn't mess with the silk screen, because I don't want to rush through it. Okay. So I'm just scraping the excess back into the jar. So I was able to get in there and lift up the edge, the corner. So I'm just going to lift it just a little bit. Let's see if you are able to see that. And this way I can also see if there's any areas that I need to fix. Nope, looks perfect. So I'm just going to let it fall back down and then just smooth out the other areas. Okay. So then I'm going to take the candy apple red. Love this color. Really, really great Christmas color. And I'm going to grab another squeegee. Let me actually grab out a couple more while I'm in here, just to save some time later. Okay. And I was just about to stick my finger in there and do it with my finger. So there's the red. And I always like to try and, scrape some off the edges. So it's less likely to dry there and, be unusable later. So again, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other area. I'm just going to push the paste through. I find the easiest way to do it is to pull it towards you. When it's this big an area, I probably should have used a larger squeegee. Might have been easier. Sometimes it's easier to just kind of smudge it around and, whatever works for you. Everyone has their own ways of doing it. I am trying to avoid mixing it with the camel. So there are projects, and if you did see me do the Mighty Oaks project a couple weeks ago, you saw that I did purposely mix some of the colors because I wanted to get that look that you can get by mixing the colors. Okay, so now I finished the red. So this time I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to scrape off the excess yet. Okay, although I did a little, but I'm going to go back into the camel and do the fine reindeer treats. And then I will scrape off the excess from both. And since the fine reindeer treats area is a much smaller, I'm going to be a lot more careful. So I definitely don't want to mix it in with the red. I'm really excited to see how this project turns out. But again, if you jump on, make sure you say hi. If you're watching me live, if you are watching the replay, please comment #replay so I know you were here. If you're brand new to Chalk Couture, you can comment newbie. I will get you a link to my VIP group. If you're interested in purchasing the projects that you're seeing me do today, to do them yourself or even as a gift, check out my link tree. There's a link to the shopping cart that has all the products that you would need to do this. If there are any tools or items in that cart that you do not need because you already have them, you can go ahead and just delete them out of the cart. If you need to add other things, or if you need suggestions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help make suggestions. If you have a question and I don't have the answer, I will find the answer for you and get that to you. I'd love to have you join my VIP group. Always happy to have more people join my Club Couture. And I do actually have a group set up for my club members where I will eventually be offering them special deals that only my club members will be able to get, and have contests and prizes. So if that's something you're interested in doing, and also as a club member, Chalk Couture also offers special sales several times a year. Like right now, any club members can get any of our Halloween products on special for 20% off. So if you'd like the link to those specials, let me know. I will send you that link. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I think this is going to look absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you how it looks before I peel it. Oh. So when you do chalk it, you want to be able to see your design underneath after you scrape off the excess. That's how you know you scraped off all the excess. Okay, so we are going to lift the transfer, and you always want to peel it very slowly. That way you do not ruin the transfer. It does not pull and stretch. OMG. I like it even more than I thought I would. So another cool thing about these double-sided box frames, you can use this side like I am for Christmas decorations. You can use the other side for something completely different, like Easter or Thanksgiving or whatever have you. It's so versatile. Let me go clean this transfer, or at least stick it in some water. You really do want to clean your transfers as quickly as possible. They last longer that way. I will be right back. I really need to invest in some antibacterial wipes or baby wipes because that's another way you can clean your transfers. It's actually a great way to clean your transfers. But if you are cleaning them with water, you want to make sure it's cool water, not hot water, so it does not ruin the stickiness. So, and I'm going to dry this really quick with the quick dry tool, but I love it. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. Cannot wait to see how the Mrs. Claus one comes out. This is our quick dry tool. It just blows cool air. It's not hot air, so it won't melt anything. It's just something that, helps out to quickly dry your projects. That way, especially like if you're doing a layered one, where you need to put the transfer back down, you can do it without much delay. I just have some mischievous cats and, want to get this dried before they decide they might want to try and step on it. This actually would look good with shimmer crimson as well. So our shimmer colors have like a little bit of glitter in them, so they're a little shinier. But yeah, like I said, it's a little warm, but it's not hot. Okay. So there is that. Oh my goodness, I love it. I can't wait to get it hung up behind me. I think I have some command strips that I can use to hang that up. So there's that. So the transfer from that one is drying. I did clean it. Some of the darker colors that we have, the paste colors, can stain the transfers, and that's perfectly okay. You just basically really want to get the silk screen cleaned. So next we're going to do the Mrs. Claus Cookie Company. We're going to do that again on the 6x18 box frame. I did get 2 of them. I feel like these would make amazing gifts for, maybe young homeowners or somebody that just got their first apartment or, even, maybe a dorm room. If you know somebody that's living in a dorm room who maybe wants some unique, hold on, I got to get my cat away because I don't want her getting in the paste. Get down, precious. Thank you. Some unique decorations for their college dorm room. So we're going to use some of the same colors on this one. Careful so it doesn't roll up and stick to itself. That could be messy, could give you issues trying to pull it apart and not ruining it. It can be done. I think the easiest way to do it would probably be to slightly wet it. I've never had it happen, thankfully. So, okay. So I fuzzed that a couple of times. I did not label the backing, however. So I will do that after I place this down on the surface. Again, I'm using the white side. We could use the natural wood side, but I think I like these on the white side. And just place it down. Make sure I have no air bubbles, and I'll show you how it looks. You can also use one of our squeegees to go over the transfer to smooth out any air bubbles. But okay. So let me quickly label the backing from that one. always losing my Sharpie. Well, good thing when I bought a 2-pack. So the backing sheets, one side is shiny, like the paper you peel stickers off of. The other side is more of a matte. That's the side that is that you want to label. Mrs. C. You can label them however you'd like. Some people number them. Some projects I number them. It depends on what the project is. And of course, my cat's getting into things. So we're going to use the the sage to do the fresh baked daily. Oh, brand new. Haven't opened it yet. So it's got a seal. So we're going to peel that off. Let's see how much paste is on the inside of the seal, and we'll scrape that into the jar. Okay, I'm going to sit that there. Actually, it's probably not a good idea. So I'm going to move the project until I get the excess scraped off, just because I want to make sure I don't get anywhere I don't want it on the project. Okay, so we're just going to scrape the excess back into the jar using a squeegee. As always, I feel like I just got some on one of my fingers, and yeah, that's okay. Whatever. Crafting can be messy. Okay. All right. I will throw that away when we are done. And it's one of the reasons why I do all these projects on top of a box from the U.S. Postal Service. It helps keep my surfaces clean. I can wipe my finger off on it when I need to. So, like I said, we're going to do the Fresh Baked Daily in sage. So because it's kind of close to part of the cookie, I'm being very careful. I really don't want it to mix. There are ways of fixing it. One way is, because it's on a white surface, if you happen to have white craft paint, like acrylic paint, you could use that. I have done that. Can also just while it's still wet, while the paste is still wet, you can use a Q-tip. I've done that as well. Usually when a color has bled through because I didn't wax the surface well enough, or maybe I had an air bubble in there. So again, I'm going to peel it up so it doesn't dry. I may not have fuzzed this one enough. So yeah, if you don't fuzz enough, you are going to potentially have some issues trying to peel it up, but I was able to get it. So I'm just going to peel it up where I just did the sage. Ooh, and I like it. Oh, I actually like it. It's actually a really, really pretty color for this. So again, let it drop back down, smooth out the areas of the rest of the project. And we're going to do camel for the cookie itself, and then we're going to do the Mrs. Claus Cookie Company area in red. So where you see the lettering, because it's teal, that will stay white. Okay. The red will go in the clear area. Okay. So I'm going to do the cookie first. And I'm going to do it a little thicker because I want to not have to peel in between with these. So I will wipe off the excess later. And just trying to be a little careful. So I may do the peel and chalk method at the top part only because I'm doing it a little thinner. I may not need to. We do have, the smaller squeegees, like I said, on the multi-tool or detail tool. Sorry, I don't always remember the names of the tools. So I'm trying to just get as much excess back into the jar as I can. Okay, so the cookie part is done. I hope this didn't all dry on the squeegee, and it may have, but that's okay. Now I'm going to do the Mrs. Claus Cookie Company part. I'm just going to kind of dab it on in different places, and then I'll combine it. No, I don't think I needed that much. Okay. But, like I said, you can always scrape it back into the jar. So I'm just pushing the paste through the silk screen. And with this one, I am kind of scraping off the excess as I go. But as I get towards the middle here, toward near the cookie, I am being a little more careful. I really don't want it mixed together. If it happens, there are ways of fixing it, and to actually be kind of okay. So I can show you guys different ways to fix it. So I have not seen any comments today, so I'm not sure if anyone's joined me and I'm just not seeing comments, or if nobody has hopped on, and that's fine. I'm more than happy for you guys to watch the replay. Share it with your friends, tell your friends all about it. This is a really, really fun way to do crafting, especially to make gifts. Oh my goodness. I've already made a couple. Well, I've made one. I'm not going to say who it's for in case she ever watches the video and sees what I made before she gets it. I don't want to ruin the surprise. I hope I didn't forget that whole thing and mention it while I was making it. So, that would kind of stink. But, hey, mistakes happen. All right, I am really excited to peel and reveal this. I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. I just need to scrape the excess off of the camel. And that one's going to be a little harder because it's so close to everything. But that's okay. I do have a few air bubbles I just noticed. I think they're all under the teal section, so it should be fine. You really need to be more concerned about air bubbles under the silk screen part of it. The clear area where you push the paste through. Or ink, again, because ink can be made permanent, and I may go live later today and do a project using ink. I've never used our ink before. I do have ink that I want to do a project. It's actually a Hanukkah project that I want to do. And it's on a fabric pennant. So I want to do it in ink. I can make it permanent by heat setting the ink. I just want to get the tops on these really quick. And then I'm going to peel and reveal. Well, let me show you just before I do that. Yeah, I know it's upside down, but it gives you an idea. I'm just to make it easier. But again, I'm going to grab both corners. And peel it. I peel it very slowly. I was hoping that was my mechanic telling me my car is ready. No such luck, but again, even more beautiful than I hoped it would come out. So the colors used in this were sage. So I will actually change the shopping cart link to include sage. I believe I had pesto in there, but didn't realize it didn't have pesto. So anyway, yeah, that's using sage, camel, and candy apple red. Sorry. I was just reading the text from my mechanic. My car is ready. So anyway, again, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. Share it with your friends and family. Leave any comments below. I'd love to hear what you think of these projects. And I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day.